and welcome back to Let's Play Donkey Kong Country for the final time. We are on the final world, Chimp Caverns, and we will be taking on this world and then the final boss and see the game's ending. Starting off, we've got Tanked Up Trouble, and this is basically Trick Track Track 2, as we will be seeing in a moment. As you can see, we got another track to go along. The gimmick of this level is that we have to collect fuel canisters as we go along. Also, I screwed up there because I was busy explaining that. The first secret is actually right at that first vertical piece of track. You just have to jump off. Because I was too busy focusing on my explanation, I missed it. But that's okay. We make it, and this is just another one to get a 1-up to replace the one that we just lost. Assuming I don't zone out, as I have a tendency to do. Okay, it should be in this one. Yes! And that is the only bonus area that we have to get for this level. Now, going back onto this, as far as comparing this level to Trick Track Track, I prefer it a little bit more, I guess, just because having to collect the fuel canisters as you go along makes it a little bit more involved, makes it a little less likely that I'm gonna zone out, though it is still a pretty slow and boring level. Thankfully, this is the last auto-scrolling level of the game, so don't have to worry about that for the rest of this world. Chimp Caverns, as I mentioned briefly in the previous video, kind of memorable for being an awkward endpoint for the game. You really would have thought Creme Croc Industries would be the final world, but for some reason, they decided to make this one the final world, and it's basically just a collection of all their leftover level concepts. Well, a couple of these just seem like they were levels that got cut from Monkey Mines for being too difficult for that point in the game. Oh, come up here. There is a barrel down there. Collect the fuel canister. Wait for the track to get to the end. And as you can see, it just kind of does this and goes over, and we get an end guard token, which now I have to go back and... Haha, nothing like having to redo the whole level for more 1-ups that you do not need. But that is just the problem that I hoisted upon myself. Such is the curse of being too skilled at a game after a point. But now we are in the second half of the level. Now, in the previous section, you could actually miss a couple fuel barrels and be just fine. At this point, you do pretty much have to collect every fuel barrel, or you will run out of fuel and the track will fall off, and you will fall to your death. So we're going to do our best to avoid having that happen. I don't need to play any more of this level than I have to. Here's probably the trickiest section. This is one of the sections where I have a bad tendency to lose a fuel canister and then lose my life. Gotta push the tire onto the track there, or just to the edge, and jump up to get the fuel barrel there. Don't want that tire to mix us up, so we just push it off. Want to collect the end by going under the track here, or under the catwalk here. Very careful with this barrel. Don't shoot yourself immediately when you get into it, or you will kill yourself. I have made that mistake several times when just coming back to this level after getting off of a previous playthrough. Very easy for me to forget. And as you can see, we're going pretty quickly here, and not much fuel to go around. Gotta collect that fuel canister right there, or we would be hosed. Making the risky jump there to get the banana bunches that I don't need. Now, we can use that blast barrel there just to send us right to the end of the level, or we can collect this fuel canister and take a shot at the G, and I actually managed to get it without losing a Kong. Very nice. Very careful with these naughties here, because DK can't jump as high. It is very easy to get tagged by them as he's going up, so I prefer to just let them walk off, or switch to Diddy, who can jump on them without getting hit. Next up, Manic Mincers. This is a pretty annoying level, but not a terribly difficult one. As you can see, we've got a bunch of mincers going up and down. I don't need this barrel, it's just slowing me down. And there is actually something pretty notable about this level. Coming up here, we've got Rambi. The first time we're seeing him outside of a bonus area since the beginning of the game. He's also pretty terrible for this level because of his very rigid jump height that's a bit hard to control. I'm gonna try and get as far as I possibly can with him, but it's pretty easy to lose him here, and he is far from necessary, so we'll see how far we can get before we lose him. Alright. Yep, as you can see, got a weird one just going across here. We will, of course, be running into some mincers that just kind of come in right from off-screen and make you mad, because the game did not give you proper reaction time. Alright, this one's a little tricky to jump over, just want to go over like that. Hey, got Rambi to the first bonus area. There are 3 bonus areas to go through in this level. And got another claptrap minigame. This one's a little tricky because it can be kind of hard to time your jumps to avoid getting hit by these guys. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, oof, that one's actually very, very tricky, as you can see, and I more often than not screw it up. But this is actually going pretty good so far. I very rarely manage to get this far with Rambi. I usually get hit by a Mincer and he just flies off screen. Let's see if we... Oh, oof. Yeah, boy, Rambi's hitboxes ain't much better than Winky's, it seems. I am so nervous that I'm just gonna send myself careening into a pit. Oh, there he goes, yeah. Okay, there goes Rambi. Let's get rid of this barrel, we don't need it. Just want to wait for that to be on the right cycle. Trying to jump over it usually ends in disaster if it's coming right at you, so prefer to play it cautiously there. This one's very tricky. Okay, managed to get over it. Yeah, that one does not really allow you to play it too cautiously. Whoop. And there's the one I always forget. Yeah, that one just comes slamming down on you, takes you out. Into the second bonus area here. As you can see, we got these Mincers going up and down. Now, if you get hit by them, it is not actually game over here if you have your one Kong, or you don't die, you just get sent to the end. Whoop. I don't want to explode the TNT barrel, so we're just going to go on. If you go to the left there's a Winky token. You have to jump and then go back through that bonus area to get back up top so we can get that barrel. But we don't need any more extra lives, so we'll just pass on it. I think it was this one. Yes! Finally, I'm reclaiming my ability to do this properly. Yeah, I haven't been paying too much attention to how that appears in the recording. Are you able to tell where it's landing? Please let me know in the comment section. The issues of games running at a certain frame rate and your recording running at another. Anyway, Misty Mine. This is a mine level. We haven't had one of these in quite some time. And lost my barrel there, but it doesn't really matter for too much. We only need a barrel for a very specific thing we need to blow up coming up very shortly. It's after this one, I believe. Diddy has a kind of a hard time vaulting over without blowing up his own barrel. And here, we can throw it and miss completely. Oh, no, we got it. Get a Rambi token there. Probably not going to collect the next Rambi token, I see. We don't need to do any more bonus games at this point. It's just a waste of time. But, hey, if I see the opportunity to point them out, I will make note of them. Now, you may have noticed we have not gotten any Kong letters at this point. This level is a little interesting in that regard, and we'll be actually seeing where we can get some Kong letters coming up very shortly. As a matter of fact, it'll be right now. You climb on this ladder, but climb all the way down. You'll find a bonus area right here. And this is a pretty neat little bonus game. This rope will just go to the side, and as you can see, we climb up and down, and all of the Kong letters are in this bonus game. It's the only level in the game that does something like this. Could have been a little interesting if it did it more often. Here we get Espresso. I'm actually not going to be hanging on to him since we don't need him. But if you have him, he can jump up and get that Espresso token right into there. We're just going to let him go. Coming up here, okay, I actually want to get off of that in case a claptrap comes up. I want to switch to DK, have him grab this barrel. This is a little tricky. Here's where it gets tough. Okay, we made it. You need to get over that barrel with the TNT barrel to get to this bonus game, and we're just going to finish this off. Diddy has a very hard time making that jump. It's the one time where his ability to hold his barrel in front of him kind of works against him. It's very easy to clip that barrel with the exploding barrel and just lose it, thus denying you the bonus area, so you have to kill yourself to get the barrel to respawn. No bueno. And we're getting close to the end of the level here. As you can see, the barrels are spitting out armies now. Pretty easy to avoid, though, since there's quite a bit of delay before they start rolling. Got some slippas coming out here. Just one last thing to run into if you're not paying attention, but we're at the exit. Very nice. One thing to note about the Game Boy Advance version, from what I've read, is that they actually remove the ability to destroy the enemy barrels by running into them with barrels, so Diddy can make that jump a lot more easily in the GBA version. Just something I thought I'd remark on. Now here is the level, the Loopy Lights. It is the third light-themed level of the game. This one, as you can see, we just have to hit these on barrels, and it brightens up the area. It's not that hard to see what you're doing when the lights are out, especially not compared to Blackout Basement, and only a little bit harder than Torchlight Trouble. And that was our first bonus area there. But yeah, this is the only level in the game that seriously uses purple claptraps as a source of difficulty. You do have to be careful where you are at certain points. We'll just wait for that to come back. And the lights do last a pretty generous amount of time for these long moving platforms. Yeah, as you can see, the game just likes putting those purple claptraps right as you land, so you gotta be very careful with how you time your jumps. But that was a good demonstration of how bouncing does not cause the purple claptraps to jump up, so don't have to worry about that. Alright, let's hit the barrel here. I think we're getting close to the checkpoint here. There is the O. Let's just do a rolling jump to get that. There we go. Yeah, that one's really nasty. And there we go. It is a bit hard to see where you'll fall and die if you're not careful. And we want to grab this Kong barrel, and hopefully I can keep it for a little bit. Want to push this tire right past this guy. Get on here. Okay, nope, lost it. Oh, that's about the worst thing that could have happened. Alright, this is gonna actually be really tricky. We needed that barrel to kill a Neki right here. Let's let him throw that. Okay, actually managed to hit him. We need this barrel. You can't kill him with that barrel because, or this barrel right here, because we need to hit a bonus area right there. And this is the final bonus area of Loopy Lights. Get a espresso token, making a good thing that I skipped that other one because that would have put me into a bonus game that I didn't feel like playing. And we're... Ooh, almost killed myself there. We're in the final stretch of the level. Kind of unfortunate that I lost DK because got another bit of trickery coming up here. Okay, no, I thought there was more to worry about with purple claptraps, but we are fine. Got a little gauntlet of zingers to get through. As you can see, that one's oscillating, but for once, the pattern is not in the worst possible configuration once we are coming across it. Want to jump into this, and of course, we've got Manky Kong tossing barrels at us. This is a little tricky. I got my volume a little low, so I'm having a hard time hearing the whoosh of the barrel. From what I hear, the GBA version removed that whoosh, which is kind of annoying. And one last purple claptrap to get you if you're not paying attention. But that's Loopy Lights. And the next level coming up is the final level of the game, Platform Perils. But let's just take a look at our progress here. It's been a while since we've visited Candy Kong, since I don't like her. But we save our game here, and if you're at 97%, then you're on the right track to get 101%. There are 2 more bonuses to collect in Platform Perils, and the remaining percentage will come from just completing the remaining bosses in the game. Here, we've got the upgraded version of Crusha, the one with the dark blue and red outfit. These guys cannot be killed by rolling into them or jumping on them, period. Not even as DK. You gotta hit them with barrels. That's going to become unfortunate very soon. And you may have noticed the bonus blast barrel. That very first platform that goes to the right, just jump right off it, and you get into the penultimate bonus area of the game. Yeah, another really obnoxious, tricky one that you basically just have to throw yourself down there and hope there's some kind of secret. But I already know where everything is, so we're in good standing in that regard. Alright, heading up into here, let's get DK back in the situation. As you can see, you got a very... an assortment of annoyingly placed armies, and we're going to be coming across a lot of those guys as we hit the catwalks. Got a lot of clumps too, so gotta be careful how we approach enemies with Diddy. Want to wait right before that one drops so we can get over the zinger. He's got a really annoying pattern set to make sure you lose a Kong if you're not paying attention. And of course I lost another Kong there, or lost Diddy there. I'm not sure why I said another Kong. I'm talking way faster than my grammatical skills can really keep up with it. I am dumb. Ooh, I was being a little risky there. Doubly risky. Okay, let's just take this guy out. There should be another one on this platform. Yeah, as you can see, they just come in. Thankfully, it's pretty easy to react to because the armies just have a very heavy delay on when their rolls start. Gotta hit the checkpoint barrel through that zinger. Kind of a cruel move considering I'm out of Kong right here. And throw that right there. Actually whiffed entirely. That was amazing. Get the N right there. Oh, no. Okay, and let's just do a roll jump. Don't have to go all the way up top there. Little unfortunate that we lost a DK there, but thankfully the platform does not drop before we're able to actually cartwheel into the clumps there. And here's the most famously difficult part of this level. We gotta go along moving platforms and throw barrels at these upgraded Crushes. It's very easy to get killed here, and they have pretty extended hitboxes just to make sure you can't edge out your landing and get on the platforms that way. It'd still be very difficult to work even if you could. Yeah, I dislike that one specifically. It's very easy to see what you're doing there. Another Crusher. We're getting close to the end though. Alright, come over here and grab this barrel right here. Just a naughty on the next platform. Don't necessarily need the barrel. Now we actually want to ride this platform down because there's a bit of scaffolding down here leading to a bonus barrel and the final bonus level of the game. What the heck, I'll shoot for collecting it. We don't have to worry about getting sent into another bonus game since that already happened earlier in this video. And he's right in here. There we go. Actually saw that one perfectly for once. But yeah, that was Platform Perils, and amazingly, I actually did that deathless. Wow. I think the only death I've had in this video so far is I just screwed up and tanked up trouble and missed the bonus area. Hey, this is going weirdly well. But hey, time for Necky's Revenge, an upgraded version of Master Necky before. This is Master Necky Senior. Ooh, that's actually unfortunate. As you can see, very similar to how really naughty Rampage worked. He shoots more than one nut, and you have to wait until he's done firing his salvos to actually hit him. And 1 gets an extra nut every time, so 3, 4, then we want to jump up, hit him. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and done. It's a little tricky the first time you get it, because as you can see, those nuts do actually come out pretty fast, and the first time I played this game, I was insistent on just repeatedly bouncing on the tire in the middle to try and hit them, and that just opened me up to get hit all the time. But we're on the final world of the game. Final world of the game, just a boss fight, Gangplank Galleon. Let's go in, and we come face to face with the leader of the Kremlings, King K. Rool, or perhaps King K. Rool if you prefer to follow the pun, and or are a big fan of the Donkey Kong Country cartoon. I think there's a few people out there that like that show unironically. I know that show is more of a meme these days. What am I talking about? Anyways, the first phase of King K. Rool is very simplistic. As you can see, he runs, we just have to jump over him. Then when he throws his crown, jump over that, hit him on the head. Every phase, he just gets an extra run. Now we're in, well, every pattern, or every cycle of the pattern. Let's just get onto this. We're in phase 2. Now he jumps up and starts dropping cannonballs on us. Very similar to the previous phase of the fight. There's going to be more salvos of cannonballs coming, so after we dodge under this one, it's going to start coming back from the left. So, way to do this is just wait for those to get close, then roll under them. And let's hit him here. And this will be the final part of this phase. Now we have to dodge 3 salvos, so comes from the left, then it's going to come again from the right. And again, we just want to wait for it to just bounce right in front of us, cartwheel under. It's a lot trickier to time if you're playing as DK. I always have a bad habit of getting hit by this attack when I'm playing as DK. But that is the final salvo of cannonballs. Just jump on him right here. And, well, hey, it looks like he's out cold. We've beaten the game. Well, let's check out the credits and see who we have to thank for this amazing platformer. Didn't realize Claptrap had any coding experience. Yeah, I think this game had more characters than Crusha. What exactly does a commander do in game development? You know, I think there's a bit of trickery going on here. I don't think these are the real credits at all. And as a matter of fact, the king is not done here. Now he's in his final pattern, where he starts jumping across the deck. That very first pattern, very easy to avoid, just duck, he'll jump right over you. Now in the second part, he starts doing shorter hops. You just want to wait for him to get close and then run under him. And as you can see, he loops the pattern the same way every time. Once again, he's doing short hops, just run under him, then more short hops, run under him. As you can see, he spends less time in the air on that third one. Very similar to the second pattern though, hitting him on the head the third time, takes him out, and hey, I managed to do that without losing any Kongs. And deathless, oh yeah. That is in fact a very difficult fight the first time you play the game, and it took me like an hour to beat him. And Cranky Kong is proud of us, but that won't stop him from beating DK. Oh, we got some nice amount of bananas for us. And hey, this is the message he says when you've completed the game 101%. We've found all the bonus areas, absolutely everything. Of course, being Cranky Kong, he takes one last opportunity to brag there. And hey, look at all those bananas. They look more like melted irradiated goop, but hey, Donkey Kong's happy about it. I'm going to put this under heartwarming moments on TV tropes. But now we get the actual credits of the game. First we get a cast call showing us the actual names of all the enemies in the game. Yeah, it's most of the names are puns. I do think it's strange that they didn't take the opportunity to give like each individual palette of the enemies their own name. Manky Kong, of course, giving orangutans a bad name until Lanky Kong came along and proved to be a friend. Alright, I always forget the name of the aquatic bad guys more often, so there's Bite Size. There's, of course, Croctopus. We have Croctopus Chase to remind us. Chomps Jr. Okay, their name is Chomps. I think I called them Chomper earlier in the Let's Play. Yeah, okay, I like Clambo. That's a good name. Squidge, that was it. That's the one I always forget. Can never remember if they're a pun on squid or a pun on jellyfish, just because they're kind of a mixture of the two creatures. What I want to know is what is the name of the minecart critter, because I know that one has a specific name. There's Clump. Hey, Crash! Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Yeah, of course, Claptrap, always not so fun to see whenever you're just rolling along in a level. And Crusha and Rock Croc. Now for our cast of bosses here, the first one, very naughty, very easy more like it, Master Neki, slightly more complicated, Queen Bee, not to be confused with Beyonce, as aforementioned, and really naughty. Wonder what the B actually stands for. There's Dum Drum. Hey, he recovered from his, I guess that was a failed attempt. And King K. Rool, certified chonky boy. Now, let's see our cast of good guys. Of course, we got Rambi, who was very underutilized in this game, Espresso, who was perhaps overutilized, Engard, who served his purpose admirably, and Winky, who we don't want to talk about. Only Engard and Rambi would retain from this game, and well, I guess Squawks, but not in the capacity he was utilized in this game. No, Cranky, it's not your turn yet. Hey, Funky Kong. Unfortunately, there's no new Funky Kong mode in the SNES Classic. Candy Kong, get out of my sight. Hey, Cranky Kong. As a matter of fact, it is your turn. And, of course, Diddy Kong, the real hero of this game. But, you know, Donkey Kong gets first billing. It's his series, after all. And, of course, we get a little bit of sketch comedy here right at the end. But that is the cast call. As you can see, the two Kongs just playing some jokes on each other, having a chuckle. Oh, DK, don't kill him. But yeah, that was Donkey Kong Country. Very good platformer. I was actually very late to play this game. I saw it briefly as a kid when I was hanging out at a friend's house, and I actually didn't seriously play it until I was like in my 20s, and I didn't actually beat it until it came onto SNES Online, Nintendo Switch. I like Cranky's bragging there, because he says he beats the game in under an hour with 1 life and fully completes it. And of course, at the time, that seemed like an impressive boast that nobody could replicate. But of course, if you go onto speedrun.com, you'll see that many people have accomplished Cranky's accomplishment that he claims. Probably much better than he could have if he had actually tried it. I've read that apparently Cranky Kong was intended to be an unlockable character in this game, and he'd be sort of a joke character who was just flatly worse than Diddy and DK, and that would just go to show that he was just a braggart who couldn't back up his talk at all, but unfortunately that idea got scrapped. Cranky did actually come back as a playable character, well, playable to a certain extent, in Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. He's one of DK's partners, and he's very popular in speedruns of that game because he has an ability that allows you to maintain a lot of momentum. Whoops, looks like my SNES Classic wants to go into sleep mode there. I'm sorry, I'm watching the extended credits sequence here. But yeah, I had a ton of fun playing this game. Just a nice breather after some really demanding games like Ninja Gaiden Black and Digital Devil Saga 2. And nice and short, sweet, got to the point, had a lot of fun. As for what I'll be doing next time, I do have my next Let's Play in mind, but it'll be a little bit before we get to that. Gotta do some practice for it, and after the credits end, we unceremoniously get dumped back to the title screen. But let's take this opportunity to look at our file, and hey, another cool 101%. I feel good. But yeah, that is Donkey Kong Country. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I truly hope to see you in my next Let's Play, where I will be taking on Daikatana. I hope to see you then. Until then, goodbye.